Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with the Margarete Miller collage challenge. I'm trying to catch up, so you'll get this extra video this week. This is for week 48. I'm going to apologise now for the lighting. It's what we've got to work with. It's ridiculously dark here and it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. So let's just get started. So week 48, as always, if you put in this hashtag, you will on Instagram and YouTube, you'll be able to see what people are doing. I will leave the links to Margarete Miller's YouTube and Etsy store down below, as well as don't forget there are playlists of my 2022 Margarete Miller and everything in my 2023 so far on my channel if you want to check those out. All that out the way, let's get started. This is the size of the book I'm using. Here's the paper. I'm so happy to have my book back. Let's look at the prompt, shall we? So a repeating pattern. So what I decided to pick for this was this, because the repeating pattern, it's the letter B. It's got little daisies on it. It's in green. Hopefully you can see it in this light. I don't know. A tea bag cover. So I have this one from my tea bag. Something that sits on a table. I've got two things. I've got this little like gardening shelf. It's got lots of plants on it because, you know, plants sit on a table. And also that then made me think with the B of a bird, because a bird sits on a bird's table when they're having a bath or they're getting their bird tables, you know, bird table in your garden. Something soft. I've got some lace here. Something written backward, numbers written backwards. Well, I didn't want to write them, but I've punched them out. So it actually says the 5th of the 12th, which is when I'm filming this, and then backwards like that. And I could write inside them. And then wrapping paper. I have some of this beautiful Christmas wrapping paper that's also got lots of birds and flowers on it. So it all kind of works together. Let's get started. So firstly, I want to put this wrapping paper down. I know I want to do that. I want part of it. I don't want all of it. I'm going to leave some white space. Oh, white space? What? Who am I? I've been challenging myself with leaving more white space on some of these projects. I want that straighter, so I'm going to cut that off at the bottom and just rip that across there. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's get that stuck down. I hope you're okay. Again, I apologize for the shadows and the lighting. I am getting a solution sorted. It's just very dark. We are having some appalling weather here in the UK. We have been hit the last month or so with 2 different storms, and then over the weekend in parts of the UK there's been so much snow, there's been a weather warning issued and people were stranded in their cars, motorways were shut down, roads were shut down, people were stranded for hours. The emergency services were having to get them out. This is all like in Cumbria, in the Peak District and that area, Lake District. They were stranded. They were told they had to leave their vehicles. You know, places were opening up so that people could go there, and local people were taking like blankets and food and all that kind of. It's been a whole thing over here in the UK. Which, you know, we expect snow, but not, you know, that much snow in one day. And ironically, considering people seem to think that the UK is very wet and windy and snowy and everything else, we're actually not. And the UK is really, really bad at coping with any weather change. You would think over the amount of years that maybe, just maybe, there would have been some improvement made in being able to cope with the change in weather. But apparently not. So anyway, people were stranded and emergency services were called out and everything. Right, so I feel like I want this here. I kind of want the 2 shades, the black and the red. And then I was going to put the bird kind of here on the bee. Maybe further down because it needs to... It blends quite well. I don't mind that it blends. We will put some walnut stain distress oxide around both the bee and the bird to help them stand out a little bit. But I don't mind if it blends a little bit. Yes, so it was really, really awful. Here where I am, it's not been too bad. It's just been freezing. I think it was -12. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I don't know. But it was -12 degrees here in those parts that had all the snow. We've had, I think the lowest here has been -2 so far. And it's mainly just been cold and wet, which still isn't great. You know, it's not great. Okay. I'm going to put that there, I think, and then I can write inside it. But at least we're lucky enough that we haven't had the weather warnings and things that they have had. Yeah, it's just been awful. You know, you can only feel for people who are stuck in their cars in that kind of weather unexpectedly and stuff. So yeah, it's not been great for certain parts of the country, and here we're just getting it really dark really quickly, and I need to get that sorted because it just doesn't work when you have to film. So but it is what it is for now. I'm using my daylight lamps, but they're casting a bit of a shadow, and I know lots of people don't like that. But what can you do? Get it sorted. That's what you can do. But let's round the edges. I'm in a rounding the edges kind of mood at the moment with things. So let's round these edges, but not the bottom ones. And ink that. And where did my ink pad go to? Oh, there it is. And then I have to work out where I'm going to put the lace. So let's get this stuck down too. I think this was just from an image. In some Happy Mail, I got sent like loads of these kind of really good card images, all cut out, random bits and bobs. And they've been fun to use in collages and things. So I think I'm going to have that there. And then before anything else, I'm going to write in the numbers because... But I feel like I want a coloured pen to do that. So I'm just going to grab one of those. Okay, so I've got these kind of shimmery gel pens. It's a zebra. So I'm going to see if that works. I feel like I wanted it in green because there's green obviously in the images and that. So this is my way of writing the numbers backwards because I've cut them out first. And done that. So let's do that. So yeah, and it will add some shimmer to the page, which didn't necessarily need shimmer, but now it's got some. So yeah, we're having awful kind of cold, unexpectedly cold weather. It always makes me laugh. We didn't expect snow. You're at that part of the UK, but in saying that, it doesn't normally fall that heavily that quickly. It was ridiculous how quick it fell. And so many poor people trapped in awful conditions. And loads of electricity went out as well. Can you see the shimmer there? So people were just having an awful time. An absolutely awful time. Want that there. Now, the one thing we haven't got on yet is the lace and part of the tea bag. I feel like this has got lovely like flowers on, so I don't know if I want part of that and then have that up there, or do I want it kind of under here. I liked that there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yes, so poor people trapped. But what was beautiful to see was how the local communities came out to support people, and the local businesses came out to support people. Yeah, it's just awful. when you're trapped. It must be so sort of scary as well. You're kind of trapped. You don't know if you're going to be okay. You might not know where you are because, because maybe you're traveling in that kind of weather. Yeah, it must just be so scary as well to kind of have that situation. Do I want that there? I don't think I do. I think that's enough for a tea bag cover. Remember, when we're doing these collages, you don't have to use the whole bits. I mean, that is part of a tea bag cover. And it just says a tea bag cover. It doesn't say like, oh, you need to put the whole tea bag cover on there. Well, that's how I interpret these prompts anyway. I don't always use the whole thing, turn it into something else. Make your collage aesthetically pleasing for you. I'm about to stick that down. I haven't even stuck the bee down yet. Hold on. Make it aesthetically pleasing for you, if possible. Some of mine I've not been happy with, but I'm not going to be happy with every collage that I do. So let's put that bee down there. It's my repeating pattern, but it's also the bee for the bird. Bird table, bird. Okay, and something soft. I want to use some of this lace. I don't know where I want to use it yet, and I may not want to use it all as is. So let's have a look. I could actually put the lace across there as a finishing touch. Which way around do I want it? I think I want it that way around. Or do I like this one? It's the same thing. I've cut it in half. I don't know why I then looked at it and went, oh, shall we change it this way? I mean, come on, Belle. What are you thinking? Yeah, I think I like that. So let's put that on and we're going to be done, guys. Ooh, so happy. Before it gets so dark that it feels like midnight. Which is just crazy. It's actually crazy. Got paint and everything all over me because I've done a couple of videos today, or tried to, before everything went, all over the place. So there we have it, guys. I'm going to leave it there and get this up. So a repeating pattern, we've got the daisies on the bee. A tea bag cover, we've got a bit of it. Do I need to use more? I mean, maybe down here. What do we think? Oh yeah, I quite like that down there, so let's use that down there. So yeah, a tea bag cover. All right, something that sits on a table. We've got both plant pots, so plants and flowers, and a bird sits on a bird table. Something soft. We've got some lovely trim there. Numbers written backwards we've got there, and wrapping paper we've got behind. I was just wondering if I wanted a label. I'm saying I'm finished, and then I'm like, oh no, what about this? What about this? What about this? I just like labels on things, guys. It's like a thing. It's like a thing. I don't need a label, but I'm going to add one. And that's just the way it is. So, yes. And then that will be that done. And then I'll probably do 2 more next week. And at some point, I'll be caught up. At some point. So that is week 48, guys. Let me bring that up so you can really see it. You see that sparkle. Oh, I wish the light was better. I really do. So again, I apologize for the lighting. It is what it is. But that's it for now, guys. Don't forget to go check out the links below and check out my playlist if you haven't already. And I will be back soon for another video. Please do like and subscribe. And wherever you are in the world, guys, I hope you are having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now, guys.